So do you hate being told by a homeowners association what you can and can't do with your own property? Tired of cookie cutter homes where every house looks exactly the same? And let me guess, you don't dream about a 2-car garage taking up half of your front elevation on your home. Well, good news. There's still places around Tampa Bay where personality beats perfection, where charm outweighs convenience, and where no two homes look alike. Today, I'm breaking down 3 of the most unique neighborhoods in the Tampa Bay area for buyers who want character, not conformity. We're going to actually take a look at some of the homes and unique neighborhoods in these areas so that you can get a boots on the ground look at what these areas have to offer. All right, so normally most of my videos focus on newer home communities, master plan developments, and suburban living, but today is going to be just a little bit different. This is for a very, very specific buyer, someone who's looking for history, walkability, local culture, and a home that actually feels like it has a story to tell. And yes, there are trade-offs. We're going to talk about those too. But first, let's start with one of Tampa's most iconic neighborhoods. Let's start with Seminole Heights. This area has been under development for many, many years, and it might be considered ground zero for Tampa's historic bungalow scene. We're talking about 1920s craftsman-style homes, front porches, original hardwood floors, and massive 100-year-old oak trees lining the streets. Now, this area has absolutely exploded in popularity over the last 10 years, especially with younger professionals, creatives, and home buyers who want something that's just a little bit different outside of the box. You're also getting one of the best local food and brewery scenes in the Tampa area. This is not chain restaurant territory. This is where the locals go. Now, here's some of the really important information that you'll need to consider. Now, most of these homes are 80 to 100 years old, with a few newer homes that have been mixed in, but built roughly in the same style, the same bungalow style as the historical homes in the surrounding area. So yes, like I said before, charm comes with trade-offs, and there are some things that you're going to need to consider before moving forward with any potential purchase in the Seminole Heights area. Things like older plumbing, potential electrical issues and updates needed, smaller closets and tighter layouts, and usually no HOA to maintain anything for you. But for the right buyer that knows what they're getting into and has a plan to remedy these issues, this is exactly the point. Okay, so let's take a look at an example of what you can actually get in the Seminole Heights area, as I'm actually able to show you a home that's on the market right now that'll give you an idea of what a typical home in this eclectic community really looks like. All right, guys, so I'm over here in Seminole Heights. Now, again, Seminole Heights is a community that's largely HOA free. Most of the homes here were built prior to 1960. The home that we're going to be looking at is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 1854 square feet, built in 1927. So it's a great home. Again, all the homes in the area are pretty much around the same. Were built around the same time period, probably between 1927 and 1947. I'm going to swing the camera around and let you kind of see what the homes look like. The home behind me is the one we're going to tour. But let me swing this around. Now you can kind of see here what the area looks like. These homes are older homes. There's a main street right there that's called Nebraska, and you can look, we can walk over, you can kind of see the neighbor's home here, and then you can see the home next to it. It's got the big porch out front. These are old style bungalow homes, and you can see what the homes look like in the area. So let's go inside, take a quick look at this home, built in 1927, again 1854 square feet. I believe this home is priced around $550, so it'll give you an idea of what you can get here in the Seminole Heights area for that price tag. You can, again, here you can see there's a lot of this home is still original. They've redone it, of course, but they've got most of the original floor plan. They've opened this kitchen up. So before we head through the kitchen, let's just take a quick look at the bedrooms. These are small bedrooms, wood floors. The windows have been redone, but they've kept the same style. They've got some of the original style tile in here, that really decorative old tile, that old look from the 1920s. And this is just a basic bedroom here, small but adequate. And if you're looking for, a historic home in an area, again, with no HOAs, no homeowners association, this kind of would be the ideal home for you. And when you're walking through these homes, again, you have to remember these homes were built in the 20s. Now, this one, you can see the vent up top, so you have AC here. But in homes like this, the floors might not be 100% level because they're built on a pier, so they sit on pilings. I'm headed into the master primary bedroom here, and this is the primary bathroom suite. It's of course been redone. And then you've got a couple of other rooms here. Looks like they might be using this as like a little media room of some type. And you've got an entrance here, an exit here, down this corridor. And I'll show you the back area here. Again, a home like this, they've got an entire yard space here that's just perfect for entertaining. You've got, your carport driveway here. You've got a little exterior space in the back for a shed. And then it looks like they've got a little greenhouse in the corner there. Again, the structure here that you see, you couldn't have that in a community that has a homeowners association. There's just no way that that's going to work. And then they've got this elaborate tree house here. I can show you this tree house that they have built. That's pretty amazing stuff. And again, if you were to try to do that tree house back there, or that little exterior house back there in a community that has HOAs, there's no way you could do that. So this is a great example here in the community of Seminole Heights, where if you're wanting something that does not have an HOA attached to it, it gives you the flexibility, things you can do that you can't just do in any community that has an HOA. Welcome back. So as you can see, homes like this aren't really common. And that's the whole point, right? There's the appeal. Now, you have to have either personal expertise to maintain and develop properties like this, or have access to professionals who can do the work. But the point is, I think you can see the potential here that really doesn't exist in the modern production line builder neighborhoods where they're building cookie cutter houses. All right, quick pause here. If you're watching this and thinking, okay, this is more my style, go ahead and reach out. My contact information is below. Just call, text, or email, or click the link in the description below to set up a Zoom discovery call so that we can discuss your needs and plans in detail. My team and I help people just like you relocate to the Tampa Bay area every week of every month of the year. Now, whether your move is 9 days, 9 weeks, or 9 months away from across the world, outside the state, or maybe just across town, my team and I are standing by to make sure that your move is everything you want it to be. All right, so up next, we're heading south across the bridge to check out an area of St. Petersburg called Old Northeast. Now, this is a really, really great area with homes that are on the higher end of the price scale, generally starting at around $800K. And for $800, you might find, a really nice fixer-upper. And you could end up with something maybe a little bit less expensive than that, but that's generally a starting point. Okay, so now let's talk historic Old Northeast in St. Petersburg. If Seminole Heights is the artsy and eclectic part of Tampa Bay, Old Northeast is more the classic, elegant, timeless part of Tampa Bay. Now, this is one of the most prestigious historical neighborhoods in all of the Tampa Bay area. One other thing to note here is that the area has some of the most expensive real estate in the entire Tampa Bay region. It's also located just minutes north of downtown St. Petersburg, which is kind of where all of the entertainment, shopping, and the big dining hub of St. Pete happens to be, with lots of museums, fine art, fine dining, marinas, and sports complexes. Now, Old Northeast truly distinguishes itself from everything else here in Tampa Bay because of the following: the brick-lined streets, the waterfront estates, the Mediterranean and colonial-style homes, and just being minutes from downtown St. Pete, you can literally bike to waterfront parks, restaurants, and museums. Now, let's talk about the trade-offs here because they're real. Now, prices are significantly higher than those in the Seminole Heights area. Many homes are historic, which means renovations are expensive, and insurance can be a factor, especially the closer you get to the water. The systems are older and sometimes a little bit less efficient and a little bit harder and more costly to maintain. But if you want a neighborhood that feels like it's a true legacy and has a strong presence and is full of unique homes with original architectural design, this is a really, really hard area to beat. So let's take a look at an area, a neighborhood in Old Northeast. It's an example of what the community actually looks like so that you can see it in real time. So welcome to Old Northeast. I'm sitting, actually standing right in the middle of one of the cobblestone streets here. I'm just gonna take a quick kind of walk around so you can see what the houses here look like. Again, this is the majority of the homes here in this area are indeed not in a homeowners association. So they're not governed by a homeowners association, but they are extremely well maintained. You know, as I mentioned before, some of the most expensive real estate here in the Pinellas County, Tampa Bay area is located right here in Old Northeast. So I'm gonna swing the camera around, let you take a look. And I'm just gonna kind of stroll here a little bit. And for where we are right now, we're just maybe about a mile from the downtown St. Petersburg area. And of course, that area is where all of your museums, all of your galleries, art galleries, all of your entertainment. There's a couple sports venues down there as well. You've got the pier, you've got multiple marinas, you've got an airstrip down there as well. There's also Formula One racing. It's really, really tremendous. And so the homes here, again, they're gonna, if you bought a fixer-upper here, you're probably realistically looking at something in the neighborhood of roughly 800K. And again, that's for a fixer-upper. So I think what you're looking at here in terms of purchasing a home here in a non-HOA community, you have the freedom to do some things that you can't do in a standard HOA community. Like you can rent out the top of your home, you can sublease there and gain income from your home. And technically, in many of the HOA communities in Tampa Bay, if you tried to do that, they'd stop you. So really, really a great advantage to being here if you want to be in an upper echelon area with high value homes and the ability to do some things that you can't necessarily do in an HOA environment. So great place to be. And if you're looking for something that is in a non-HOA community, this is definitely one to consider if you can handle the price tag. So you can really see the difference here. It's a completely different vibe from Seminole Heights, right? All right, so now for our third stop. And honestly, this is the most underrated spot on the entire list, Gulfport. So now if you've never heard of Gulfport, you're not alone. But this is actually one of the most quirky, artistic, and unique waterfront communities in the entire Tampa Bay area. Now, it's a kind of a sleepy, quiet, under the radar kind of place that still has that small, quaint seaside home feel to it. And it has a few mom and pop stores and retail spots as well. Now, this is where you'll find bright, colorful homes, local art, markets, and street festivals. It's a small town with a coastal vibe and a community that feels completely different from anything else and anywhere else nearby. Now, this is not a polished suburban living environment. You're not going to find, a yacht broker on the corner or a luxury handbag shop on these streets. This is all Central Florida beach charm and real genuine people here. Now, the vast majority of homes are really modest, nothing super fancy. But what people in this area really like is that it's a water frontage community, so the Gulf waters are, in many instances, just walking distance away from your front door. And that's a really, really great thing if that's what you want. And not to mention, no HOA. You want to paint your home seafoam green and build a shack out back, you don't have to answer to the HOA to do it. So of course, this area, like all other areas, has its trade-offs. Here you have smaller homes on average, you have older construction, limited inventory in many instances because it is a small area, and the homes don't really come up on the market that often. And it's definitely a niche lifestyle that needs the right person. And that's exactly what most people are looking for that are looking for homes like this in areas like this. So let's take a look at what a home in Gulfport actually looks like. So we're here at the last stop in Gulfport. Gulfport is very, very close to St. Petersburg. Largely, Gulfport is a community that does not have HOAs. So that means that if you want to paint your house a certain color, you don't have to go through an HOA to get that approved. The house behind me, if you can see it, I would say that's probably what's called seafoam. That color, if you tried to paint your house seafoam green in a regular HOA community, there's no way that would work. You would get rejected, and you'd either have to paint it back to the original color that it was before if you didn't get approval, or you would just be out of luck. That would have to go back to a neutral color. But here in this non-HOA environment, you can absolutely paint your house seafoam green, as you can see right behind me. We're going to take a look at a home, a 3-bedroom, 3-bath home built in 1954. It's a little over 1,500 square feet, and it is priced at $475,000. So I'm going to spin the camera around. We're going to take a look here at this home. So let's take a quick look at this one. This is pretty typical for what you can get here in this area. Again, no restrictive covenants, no HOA, and this home has been redone. Although it was built in 1954, all of the cabinetry and the countertops, the appliances, stainless steel, the flooring, you got laminate plank here, and this home's been redone. It's really nice. And we're only just maybe about 3 or 4 minutes from the beach here in this home. And this is definitely one that really works out great if you're looking for a second property or even a primary residence. This looks like they've converted it into the primary bedroom here. And I'm going to take you through and show you that was the master bedroom that I just left, the primary bedroom. You've got these 2 smaller 10 by 10 bedrooms here, just typical of older style homes built before the year 1960. It's pretty typical to have these small bedrooms, but they've redone. I mean, this house has been redone for the most part, modernized. They still have the shower tub in here, but it looks like it's in good shape. Got the other small, the 3rd bedroom. This is the 3rd bedroom here. Another 10 by 10 with a small closet there. And then you've got the outdoor area. I'm going to show you that here just a second. And this is what I mean by, an HOA, not having an HOA. So you've got this large overhang area here, outdoor area, and very, very large backyard. And you've got this this standalone structure here that they use for storage. A lot of times in communities with homeowners associations, you cannot have those. You've got a large mango tree right there in the backyard. A lot of times those tend to be hard to maintain in HOA communities. You can generally have those. Let's see if this one has mangoes on it. Yep, it actually does. Right there, a couple of mangoes. So later in the season, I might have to come back to this one and grab some fruit. But essentially, that's what you're looking at when it comes to HOA communities and versus non-HOA communities. So again, this is a great example of a community, another community that HOAs are not required. If you're interested in talking more about, learning more about homes that are in non-HOA communities, please go in the description below and email, text, call, or better yet, set up a Zoom call with me so that we can discuss your needs in detail. Look forward to working with you, and home is Tampa Bay. So there you have it. Totally different feel yet again, right? So here's the big takeaway. If you're someone who wants brand new construction, predictability, and low maintenance, these neighborhoods might not be particularly for you. But if you want the following: character, walkability, culture, and a home that actually feels unique, then these are some of the best options in all of Tampa Bay. And here's the truth. These types of neighborhoods require a different type of expertise when it comes to buying. You're dealing with older homes, inspections, specialized inspections in some cases that matter more. You've got insurance considerations, and you've got to understand the long-term value in a completely different way. So if you're even thinking about making a move to the Tampa, Florida area, and you want help figuring out which of these neighborhoods actually fits your lifestyle, whether your move is 9 days, 9 weeks, or 9 months away from across the world, outside the state, or maybe just across town, my team and I are standing by to make sure that your move to Tampa Bay is everything that you want it to be. Go ahead and reach out today. So call, text, email, or just click the link in the description below to set up a Zoom discovery call so that we can discuss your plans and requirements in detail. Now, if you found this video helpful, make sure you subscribe. I've got a lot more content coming that goes way beyond the typical real estate videos. So see you in the next one. And remember, home is Tampa Bay.